On today's Toy Spot, we're not going to be looking at just one. No sir, my friends, we are actually going to be looking at both Ghostfaces from the movie Scream 4. I figured it made more sense just to shoot it as a combined video, but we're going to be looking at not only the classic Ghostface, we're also going to be looking at the zombie mask Ghostface. Classic and zombie. What are the differences? Well, before we actually look at the figures themselves, obviously what we're going to do first is we're going to look at the packaging. The packaging is very nice. The packaging from most NECA figures tend to be now this slender package as opposed to the wider blister card. And it seems to me we got the film strips in the background there with Ghostface featured. Nice blood splattered effect with the Ghostface mask on the side. Always find him creepy. Such a creepy looking figure. On the back, and I would imagine, let's have a look here. Yes, it is in fact. It's the same read-up on the back, so we'll just look at the read-up on the classic figure. The read-up says, the icon of Halloween returns with this brand new action figure, complete with knife accessory and over 14 points of articulation. Highly detailed and fully posable. Watch for more Ghostface figures and collectibles coming soon. This part actually interests me because I don't think NECA was planning on making any other figures aside from the two. And I haven't heard anything else aside from these two figures as to any other Scream memorabilia, or at least of figures coming from NECA. So we'll have to see. We will definitely have to see. But that is packaging, pretty straightforward. Not really much to be said. But what we're going to do, as we always do, we're going to get these two opened up. We're going to have a look at both figures, and I'm going to show you the differences between the two. It's not a very big list. So stay tuned, guys. There is more on the way. And looking at the accessories that both Ghostfaces come with, I just get the knives together here, and we'll zoom in the camera. There we go, just like that. You'll see that they actually come with the exact same knife. The only slight difference is, I would say, the coloring of the handles of the blades, but aside from that, it's the exact same knife. Relatively small too. I would certainly be concerned that not careful, you definitely will lose these. So if you are taking them out of the packages, my friends, everybody out there watching, do definitely put these guys in bags if you're not going to have them displayed, because these will get lost. Lost. Alright, so let's zoom back. Certainly similarities between these two figures go beyond just the knives that they come with. And we just put them down here for a second. We'll bring in the two ghost faces. Strange me saying ghost faces. Is it like Buffalo? It's just ghost face? 3 ghost face? 7 ghost face? Who knows? But essentially what you're getting, maybe I'll zoom back the camera here for a second. Essentially what you're getting is the exact same figure. It is the exact same figure from head to toe. There is no difference between the two, except obviously except for the mask. Obviously the mask is quite different between the two. So maybe what we'll do first, let's zoom in. We're doing a lot of zooming in this review. We're going to look at the two faces. Obviously the main difference between the two faces is that you have the standard white, the original Ghostface mask, and then you've got yourself. Now I haven't seen Scream 4. It's funny, for how Scream 4 I think came into my local theater, and as quickly as it came, it was gone again. But you've got yourself what looks to be a more aged Ghostface mask versus the original here. And I gotta say, the zombie mask certainly is a lot more impressive, I think, for detail versus the original mask. I don't care for the eyes or the mouth on this particular mask. It doesn't seem like they're as large as they should be. versus if I compare it over to the zombie mask. The zombie mask looks like it's got a lot more black in the mouth and also in the eyes. The eyes look certainly a lot wider than that of the original mask. So I think this is a nicer looking mask just on that alone. Certainly I do enjoy the original pale white mask of the classic style, but I think it's pretty apparent between the two. Hey, how's it going? Between the two, I think the zombie mask has a little more detail going for it. If we turn around, certainly the masks themselves, the cowl, I guess, or the hood, is the exact same on both. But I find overall the zombie mask seems like it's a little more contoured than that of the original mask. It seems to me like this mask should be maybe a little closer, the hood should be a little closer together. It looks a little nicer on the zombie mask than that of the original mask. Right? Alright, so let's zoom back. Certainly masks aside, as I mentioned, these figures are the exact same. So what we'll do is maybe we'll put let's put the zombie Scream, Ghostface, let's put him down. Oh, literally, he literally fell. He fell down. And let's actually go through all the details of one of the figures, because obviously they'll be the same on both. Aside from the mask, the hood is a bendable rubber. It's that basic rubber that is used for most figures that require costume or fabric. Now, despite that, my one glaring problem with these particular figures, these two, stems right around here. And it might be an issue that most reviewers, or collectors for that matter, probably have all complained about. It's not as predominant in the sleeve, the rag that is, but I think where the problem really comes into play is down here. From the waist, almost touch his crotch, to the shoes, it's that same fabric. And the problem comes, for me at least, in the fact that the fabric looks off from this. It definitely doesn't look like it should be one piece. Watching the Scream movies, this would all be one single cloak. But it looks, in the figure form at least, like he's wearing a skirt. It looks like he is definitely wearing a skirt. I don't know the reasoning for it. I guess they did it so that you could get more movement in the legs, or that, I don't know, maybe it could blow in the wind. If you've got your figure up by the windowsill, these could be moving. I don't know. But I find it does make the figure look off. And really, they could have easily taken the rubber plastic used on the hood, and simply carried it further down and had the whole figure like that. I don't necessarily need to know that, yes, in fact, he's wearing slacks underneath. I don't necessarily need to see that. You could have easily have just had that rubber carry all the way down. By the way, underneath his skirt, for any of you sickos who are interested, he does look to be wearing either dark jeans or slacks, if you were. Designer slacks, too. The paint is very nice as well. He's got the dirtied boots going on there. But I'm a little disappointed, really, with this part here. I really wish that had just been the rubber plastic versus the fabric. But that aside, though, the detailing is very nice on the upper half, and in the sleeves, certainly the detail is really there as well. And an outstanding job they've done on the figure. It's just really a shame that they went this route. In the way of his articulation, again, it would be the same on both. He has what looks to be a ball-jointed head. You gonna kill me? Creepy. He's got ball-jointed shoulders. You can rotate. You can rotate at the forearm. You can bend at the elbow. You can rotate at the hand. And actually, what we'll do, just for the sake of it, we'll put the knife in his hand so you guys can see it. He's a killer, after all. He does need his knife, right? He has a waist articulation. His legs can bend out. His knees can bend. You can rotate it. You can rotate at the knee. You can also rotate at the foot, and you can bend the foot as well. Perhaps it's maybe due to the fact that there is more articulation in the legs than some previous released NECA figures. Maybe is the reasoning why they went with the fabric. But I don't know. I'm just not a fan. I'm just not a fan of this fabric. I really wish it had just been one straight piece. Just have the plastic and then they have the rubber plastic, the more pliable plastic at least, come from the waist down. But there you go, guys. There would be 2 figures from the Scream 4 license. We're looking today at the original Ghostface mask as well as the zombie mask. If I could give ratings to both of these figures, why not? I think I'm going to give the original classic mask, I'm going to give it a 7. I wish the skirt wasn't there. The face is good though, and I think overall it's a decent figure, just for a few hiccups down below. The zombie mask, on the other hand, I really like the detail work on the mask, and I think between the two, even if it seems to be the same mask and they've just slightly retweaked it, I think there's a lot more character in the zombie mask versus the original mask. So I'm going to give the zombie mask a 7.5. Today's toy spot, we were looking at NECA's Scream 4 Ghostface figures. We were looking at the classic mask. We were also looking at the zombie mask. I thank you guys for watching, as you always do. Stay tuned for more toy spots on the way, and I will see you guys next time.